Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Donna Villa coming to you from Chicago, USA. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. The Holy See has announced that Pope Francis will visit Kazakhstan on September 13th through the 15th. The pontiff will visit the Central Asian nation to take part in the Congress of Leaders of World and Traditional Religions. The theme of this year's Congress is the role of leaders of world and traditional faiths in the socio-cultural development of humanity after the pandemic. More than 130 delegates from 58 states are expected to attend the Congress. Apart from the Holy Father, Grand Imam al-Azhar Sheikh Ahmed El-Tayeb and Russian Orthodox Patriarch Kirill are also attending the event. This is inspired by the 1986 interreligious event in the Italian town of Assisi under the auspices of Pope St. John Paul II. In a Twitter message on Monday, August 1st, Pope Francis stressed that the world needs to move towards, quote, real dialogue, end quote, for peace and stability. He said that nuclear weapons should not be used as a balance of terror, as they only provide a false sense of security. The Holy Father emphasized that using and possessing nuclear weapons is immoral. His message also made a reference to the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, or Non-Proliferation Treaty. It is scheduled to begin its 5-year review this month in New York. Though it was slated for 2020, the pandemic caused a delay in the review. NPT has 3 pillars, namely non-proliferation, disarmament, and peaceful use of nuclear energy. Catholic bishops in the United States have urged Congress to recognize the inalienable right to life and that the family is the building block of society. In a statement, the bishops exhorted Congress to advance policies that help families to flourish. The prelates in the statement deplore that many congressmen have ignored bills that aim to protect the unborn as well as families. They added that those Congress members are instead focusing on bills that attack marriage and babies. The bishop said that such legislation places no value on the lives of children until their moment of birth. They also alleged that such bills sever sex and marriage from their meaning and promote people as means to an end. The bishops asked congressmen to pass an expanded child tax credit, a refundable adoption tax credit, and the Pregnant Workers Fairness Act. The signatories also included Archbishop William Lori of Baltimore and Cardinal Timothy Dolan of New York. 9/11 groups and families are cheering the death of al-Qaeda leader Ayman Zawahiri. They said that more is needed to be done to hold the plotters accountable. 9/11 Justice said it was grateful to President Biden for his latest victory in the fight against terrorism. 9/11 Justice is a grassroots organization comprising 9/11 survivors, first responders, and family members who lost loved ones that day. It was on Monday, August 1st, that President Joe Biden announced that Zawahiri was killed in a precision strike in the Afghan capital, Kabul. A surgeon by profession, Zawahiri had a $25 million bounty on his head. Hailing from Egypt, he was the one who coordinated the September 11 attacks that killed 3,000 people. Hellfire missiles launched from a U.S. drone killed Zawahiri when he came out on the balcony of his safe house in Kabul on Sunday morning. Meanwhile, in Spain, around 10,000 people have signed a campaign led by HazteOir platform to save a historic cross from destruction. The campaign seeks to protect the world's largest cross in the Valley of the Fallen monument, as well as the Basilica, which is guarded by the Benedictines. They also want the monument to be declared as an asset of cultural interest. The socialist government of Spain has launched a concerted effort to erase Catholicism from the public sphere. As part of the effort, it seeks to remove the cross and the monument from the Basilica. The Valley of the Fallen is a monumental complex that contains the mortal remains of the nationalists and Republicans who fought during the Spanish Civil War. According to Ignacio Arzuaga, president of HazteOir, the autonomous community of Madrid can play a key role in protecting the monument. He said autonomous communities can name monuments as assets of cultural interest. In the U.S. state of Michigan, judge blocked prosecutors from enforcing a 1931 abortion ban. This came just hours after the appeals court ruled that they could do so, said Attorney General Dana Nessel. It was Oakland County Judge Jacob Cunningham who halted prosecutors from enforcing the ban. According to the Attorney General, the temporary gag order ensures that prosecutors cannot target women or providers. The Michigan anti-abortion law made it a felony to perform a termination of pregnancy. The only exception was in cases when the health of the mother was in jeopardy. In May, state officials were blocked from enforcing the ban by the Court of Claims. But on Monday, August 1st, a three-judge panel of the state's Court of Appeals ruled in favor of the prosecutors. A new bill regarding the legalization of euthanasia in 2 territories was presented in the Australian Parliament on Monday, August 1st. The bill was presented 25 years after euthanasia was made illegal in the Australian Capital Territory and Northern Territory. Introduced by Luke Gosling of the Northern Territory and Alicia Payne of the Australian Capital Territory, the bill will provide a platform for debate over the same. The bill seeks the legalization of assisted dying in the territories, which are the only regions in the country where euthanasia is illegal. The Northern Territory was one of the world's first regions to legalize voluntary euthanasia in 1995. However, it was overturned by Parliament 2 years after the controversial death of 4 terminally ill people. Previous attempts to legalize euthanasia in 2008, 2010, and 2018 were unsuccessful. With the aim of raising awareness about Christian persecution, the 3rd annual March for Martyrs will take place on September 24 in Washington, D.C. Hundreds of faithful are expected to participate in the event. It will begin with a rally at the National Mall. There will be a procession followed by a special prayer service. The march is held annually to show solidarity with persecuted Christians worldwide. The event is organized by Gia Chacon, founder for the Martyrs, according to its official website, quote, "For the Martyrs is on a mission to bring the March for the Martyrs across the United States to place Christian persecution on the forefront of the fight for human rights," end quote. It is estimated that over 340 million Christians are oppressed for their faith. According to the 2021 statistics of Open Doors, persecution is primarily reported in Afghanistan, North Korea, Nigeria, and Pakistan. Myanmar military head Min Aung Hlaing has announced that the state of emergency in the country will be extended for 6 more months. The military junta had previously stated that it would end the year-long state of emergency by August after conducting elections. According to Global New Light of Myanmar, the members of the Security Council unanimously supported the proposal to extend the state of emergency for another 6 months. The junta canceled the election results last year after discovering more than 11 million alleged cases of voter fraud. In a statement, Aung Hlaing did not mention the date for fresh polls, but he said they could only be held when the country was, quote, peaceful, end quote. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.